Welcome to Quickcasts from Yoga for First Responders. I'm Eric Brenneman, and in these bite-sized episodes, we'll bring you quick insights and practical tips on the power of yoga, breathwork, mindfulness, and meditation specifically for first responders. Whether you're on a quick break or between calls, we've got a nugget of wisdom to help you stay resilient and focused. Let's dive right in.
Hi everyone, it's Olivia and welcome back to another YFFR On Air Quickcast. In my last Quickcast, I introduced you to Resilient, the new umbrella company that houses yoga for first responders and allows us to bring this training to other high-stress, high-stakes demographics. Well, last Saturday, I did exactly that. I hosted a free support group called Resilient Fertility for women struggling to conceive or who have experienced pregnancy loss. And it felt like a very natural first step into expanding this work because these are the exact tools I used to support myself through my own conception journey. Of course, it was a different experience than most people know of a YFFR training. In fact, we didn't even roll out any mats. We did a lot more talking, and I did a lot more listening. But what absolutely did not change was the structured protocol to process stress, build resilience, and enhance performance. I felt called to start this group because my experience with other infertility support groups often felt limited to venting or just sharing stories. And while that can be helpful for some, it didn't provide the tools I needed to move through and forward and up. Now, if those groups are working for you, I'm not here to take anything away from them. Just as I say about the local yoga instructor, this isn't about diminishing good work. It's about offering another option. I wanted to create an environment where we could struggle productively through tangible, actionable tools. So here's how it went. I hosted the circle at YFFR headquarters, complete with fertility nourishing snacks. And instead of beginning with introductions or personal stories like you see a lot of times in support groups, we started by learning about the nervous system, specifically how our breath connects us to our autonomic nervous system and serves as a portal to regulate stress and reshape our mindset. I introduced the concept of validate and recalibrate. To process stress, we must first honor our feelings. You have every right to feel what you feel. It makes sense. You make sense. So we journaled using prompts such as, what exactly makes you most angry right now about this situation? What are you most looking forward to about motherhood? And then we recalibrated. We practiced breath work and a belly breath countdown neuro reset. Only after that did we share what we discovered through journaling. The conversation flowed naturally, continuing beyond our allotted time. And the circle closed not just by ending, but by pausing until next time. The feedback I got was incredibly moving. Participants shared how refreshing it was to finally know what to do with the intensity and unfairness they were feeling. Some admitted they had been hesitant to join a support group, fearing it might make them feel worse. But this experience felt aligned, empowered, and hopeful. Everyone left smiling. They loved learning that this work originated from Yoga for First Responders, and they're excited to roll out their mats next month to dive deeper into the tools of yoga, breathwork, and mindfulness. We closed with an important reminder. When the baby does arrive, resilience is already required for the exhausting and beautiful, wild journey of motherhood. So that means you have to start training for that now. Each participant left with a handout that included training videos and a small ritual to practice until we meet again. This first month, we had 3 attendees in person and 1 online. We also have about 16 members in our meetup group and 10 in our WhatsApp community. And of course, we're just getting started. So if you or someone you know is struggling to conceive or has experienced pregnancy loss, whether recently or way in the past, I would love for you to join us, either in person or online. All the links to participate are in the show notes. So until next time, Remember that training your nervous system, trusting your breath, and building resilience through struggle does not invalidate your experience or your feelings. They are valid. And still, it's up to you to recalibrate and own your system and your life. I've included the validate and recalibrate neuro reset that I shared with the participants of the first Resilient Fertility group right after this quick cast. So if you would like to just bookmark that, you can go do it later or you can do it now, and you can experience what it feels like to validate your own feelings and process and recalibrate them into your own power. You can choose to lie down for this meditation training, but you don't have to. You can do it anytime and any place. If you are seated, make a point to sit up tall and intentionally. Place both feet firmly on the ground and sit back in your chair. Place your hands either on your thighs with palms up or down, or place your hands together on your lap. Just make sure that your body is placed as intentionally as possible. Closing your eyes is also a choice if you think it would support your focus, but you don't have to close them. Just like your body placement, if you choose to keep your eyes open, intentionally direct your gaze, keeping it soft and subtle. Let's begin with a powerful breath pattern for regulating the nervous system, enhancing alertness to the present moment, and opening the voice. Take a deep inhale through the nose, and then sip in one more small inhale at the top of that breath. Be sure to not add shoulder or jaw tension to the second inhale. Hold. Now, slowly exhale through the mouth using an extended SH sound as you exhale. Continue doing this breath technique as I guide you through refining it. Place one hand on the belly and make sure that the breath starts and ends in the belly. Think of your torso expanding wider out to the sides as you breathe, not necessarily up and down. The shoulders stay down and relaxed, and the body is relaxed as the torso expands with each inhale and the spine gets taller as you slowly exhale. You can return your hand to your lap, but continue to imagine the belly and low back expanding, pressing against whatever you are leaning on, followed by the ribs stretching open and ending with your collarbones and shoulder blades expanding. Take another sip of breath in, hold, then a very slow and with control, long SH exhale. Feel the top of your head reach up toward the ceiling as your sit bones stay grounded. Let's do that again. Inhale deeply through the nose, belly, ribs, chest, then sip in a little more. Hold, and a slow, audible exhale through the mouth. One more time. Inhale deeply. Sip in. And exhale, allowing your shoulders to soften and your belly relaxes. We'll do this a few more times. I'll keep my eye on the clock and I'll let you know when to stop. Let's let go of this breathing pattern and return your breath to a natural rhythm. It's slow, it's subtle. You're giving your breath back to your autonomic nervous system so it can be in charge. Through this breath technique, you've just communicated to your nervous system that it's safe to be right here. You've opened space for truth to emerge. To help this, perhaps repeat silently to yourself the phrase, "I'm okay," or "I am safe," a few times over and over to comfort a raw nervous system. Now, turn your focus inward and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Be very bold. Be honest. What is happening in your life at this moment that is making you feel a certain way? Maybe it's a little nervous or anxious, confused, hopeful. There's no need to analyze it or change it. Let's just notice it and feel it. We are going to allow that feeling to be completely seen, heard, held, and validated. Even if the feeling is uncomfortable, even if it's complex, you're simply allowing yourself to feel it completely and fully without any judgment. Can you determine where in your body this feeling is living? Where can you feel the emotion on a somatic level? Is it in your chest, your throat, your stomach? Continue to notice without judgment. Be curious and take time to explore a little. Be with this feeling. Feel it completely. Swim in it. Can you begin to visualize it? Like an energy that you can watch spiral in your body, almost like a glowing orb of light or energy. Let it take a shape. Notice its color or texture. Does it pulse or shimmer? This orb holds the truth of your experience. It's valid. It is there. You are feeling it. And you are correct in that feeling. Allow this orb of energy to begin to detach from your body. It starts to separate from you. It begins to move away from you and hover in front of you. You're watching it exist in front of you. Still very real, still connected to your experience, but also separate from who you are. You are the one observing it. Now, with each breath, the energetic orb starts to move further away from you. It starts to float higher and it begins to expand. Watch it as it transforms and turns into something new. The orb itself dissolves into space and light and alchemizes into a different energy. It becomes a new intention. It becomes a soft, warm, radiant, cape-like shape, woven from your truth, transformed into protection and clarity. The cape starts to float down back toward you from the sky like a leaf or a parachute, riding the waves of the wind. You see it come closer and closer until the cape drapes itself around your shoulders. It wraps you in warmth, in grounding, and in strength and resilience. This is your recalibration. You are not your emotions, but they are your messengers, and you've listened and you've transmuted. And now you are wrapped in the wisdom that they offered. Let yourself sit in this warmth for a few more breaths. Take a big inhale from the bottom of your torso all the way up as you say to yourself, validation. And a slow exhale from the top down as you say to yourself, recalibration. Your cape is not going anywhere. Even as you begin to return to the space around you with little wiggles of your fingers and toes or subtle rolls of your shoulders, you always know you are here, you are whole, and you are home. And when it feels right, you can open your eyes and finish this meditation training.